You'd probably like that.
Next guest is?
Sharon Richardson.
Sharon, how long have you been a Mary Kay consultant?
Since this morning, about 9 o'clock, I was recruited in line. And Mary Kay, I was so glad to see that a portion of the proceeds of the sale of your book go to cancer. But a very great lady that I've worked with for many years is dying of breast cancer. And the Avon product does have the pink ribbon pen and the ballpoint pen.
Our pink, I might add.
Yes, ma'am. And I don't want to sell Avon, I want to sell Mary Kay. Do we have plans for a product that I could sell at a very low price for cancer research? The book is wonderful, but it's $22.95, and I could sell a lot more, maybe of a $5 item.
All of the royalties for that book are going to St. Paul Cancer Research.
Great.
And we have here a normal-sized lady here. What's your name, ma'am? And
My name is Robin Grickle. I'm from Newport News, Virginia.
And your question?
And my question is, I would love to hear about a routine day in your life, Mary Kay. Just what you do in the morning to the evening.
Well, first is get up. But after that, then you have to get dressed, and I go over all of the dictation that I didn't finish the day before. I have a little rule of my own that anything that is not finished when I leave my desk at the office, I bring home in what is known as the pink bag. And I start on that immediately in the morning to get the dictation done so that I begin every day with a clean desk, clean slate.
Our next guest for you has a question.
Hi, my name is Peggy Johnson. And Mary Kay, I'd like to know, you've talked about your philosophy of God, family, career, and the golden rule. What reception have you gotten, or what adaptation have you had to make as you've gone into countries that are primarily not Christian?
We don't make any changes. To finish that question, the changes are made by the people, not by us. If there are any changes, they change to our way of thinking.
My name is Heidi Johnson. I'm from Hampton, Virginia. And my question to you, Mary Kay, is what are your spiritual visions and dreams for us consultants for the next 5 years and the year 2000?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. What?
What are your spiritual visions and dreams for us consultants for the next 5 years in the year 2000?
I think that we are going to be able to change the way America thinks, one by one. I certainly hope that that will come to pass, because there's so many people out there who need us really bad. And if you will teach them our way of living, I think that great things can happen for our nation.
We have an outsider here. She's not a Mary Kay consultant. That's a word to all you prospective. So what's your question, Betsy?
My question is, well, I have two actually. How does the company encourage women to continue to put God first, or do you have a way of doing that once they've gotten into the career?
How do you do it?
Yes, how do you encourage women to continue?
And the second part of your question?
And the second part was, are the consultants encouraged or discouraged from witnessing to their clients?
No, most of them, I think that you can let God's beautiful love shine through you better than you can if you stand up and try to preach that. And as long as someone is there to listen, there are ways that, I don't stand at seminar and preach to you, not really, do I? But in my own subtle way, I let you know how I feel you should live your life. And it seems to be a wonderful way to get that message across without bearing down on anybody, and they get it more subtly than if you were standing up there preaching.
Lest anybody think we have a stacked audience here, we have another non-consultant for you, Mary Kay.
That won't be for long.
Your name and what do you do?
My name is Susan Searles Cunningham. I'm a motivational speaker, and it's nice to have you here in Hampton Roads. Thank you for coming. My question to you is, you have provided a beautiful world of beauty on the outside. How do we transcend to that on the inward side?
Well, you know, the strange thing we've discovered, excuse me, is that we have a lot of women who come to a skincare class and they'll say, I am too old and I am too ugly and there's not a thing in the world you can do about it. And so we very gently say, please sit down and let us show you how this feels. Your skin will feel so smooth and so good and you'll love the way it is. And so reluctantly she sits down and lets you start with stage 1 of our skincare class and so on. And after an hour, you know what? You can't get the mirror out of her hands. She's so excited about it. So what's happening then is that she is transferring. When she feels better on the outside, she becomes prettier on the inside. She goes home a better wife, a better mother, better mother.
And speaking of feeling prettier on the outside, let's check and see how Josephine is doing as Heather helps her with her makeover. Josephine, let us get a look at you. Look up for a moment, will you? There you go. Or getting down. Ooh, doesn't she look beautiful? It looks like they're about to apply some blush, and so we're going to give them an opportunity to finish up that makeover, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more questions for Mary Kay Ash. Stay with us. Well, you just saw Josephine Krikorian, and she's being made over, I'm saying, by Heather Kenchlow. But Mary Kay, the fact of the matter is that one of the major thrusts of what you do is to teach the women that you are presenting the cosmetic line to do it themselves. How did that come to pass?
Well, all my life, I had, you know how embarrassing it is to go into a department store and have somebody do your face?
Oh, I won't do it.
And even if you buy $1,000 worth of it tomorrow, you can't do that. Because they spent 15 years maybe learning how to do correct makeup and so forth. And so here she is with all these products that she doesn't have the slightest idea what to do with. So I thought, I want somebody to come to my house and show me what to do to make my face look better, to enhance my features. And so I thought, if I want that, I think other women do too. And so that's how we came upon the idea of having someone come to your home, and in the privacy of your own home, with maybe just a couple of friends or 3, 4, we ask no more than 5, so that you can have your sister-in-law and your mother-in-law and all those people who need a makeover to come. And then the consultant stands at the head of the table. First of all, we give you a lovely little palette there with all of your right colors and the right skin care for you. We have several types of skin care, oily, dry, so forth, so forth. And we put that down for you, and she stands there and tells you what to do. They show you what to do, and then you do it. And if you're happy with what you've achieved that day, you know that tomorrow you can do it yourself.
That's right.
And that's great.
And you come away remembering. Sometimes you forget also what product is used for what.
We even have a little thing that you write down, the products that you used and all that, and what you used on the eye and how you used the blush and so on.
Well, Ben's in the audience, and we have lots of ladies still waiting. Ben, you have a question for us?
I do indeed. I have one of these ladies who's making 4 times as much as President Clinton here.
I'm Bessie Ireland from Salem, Virginia. And Mary Kay, we all know through you that we have a mission. How did you know that you had this mission when you started?
I guess I really didn't know, but God put that responsibility upon my shoulders in the early 60s when women were going in the wrong direction. That was, most of you weren't born yet, but nevertheless, what was happening was that women wanted to be successful like men. However, no matter what you did, you were not given that opportunity. And women decided that the way to do it is you put on a pantsuit and flat shoes and get your hair cut short and take off your makeup and burn your bra. Can you imagine that? All these things that are so foreign to femininity. And so I thought, that's wrong. You can be successful and feminine at the same time. This was my way of thinking.
Ben, you have another question?
Yeah, this thing is catching. We have a distributor who is the daughter of not a distributor, a consultant. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Mary Kay, this is not a question. For 20 years, I was a Mary Kay kid. And for the last 7 months, I've been a Mary Kay consultant. And I wanted to thank God for you, and I wanted to thank you for being available for the work God wanted you to do. My mother, at a career conference early in her career, came to Jesus. She let Jesus in her heart. And because of your availability to God, he has changed our entire life. And I wanted to thank you for that.
Well, thank you very much. That's marvelous. Thank you very much. Your name is?
Sharman Papa.
And Sherman?
Mary Kay, as a director of 9 years who has upheld the integrity that you've asked this company to do for it, as we've grown to be #1 since I've been in, will you continue to be in charge of the decision-making for us to be able to continue to promise our consultants about this integrity?
Well, I intend to die with my boots on.
Another national director, and you are?
Soon to be. Oh, great.
All
Thanks.
Right. Promotion on the spot.
Yes.
Battlefield Commission here, Mary Kay.
Right. I'm Mary Cox from Richmond, Virginia. And Mary Kay, I want to thank you so much for what you have done for all of us. And as we're sitting out here in our black and gold suits, we're all just wondering, Mary Kay, the suit that you have on, does that mean... She always keeps it a secret. But we were just wondering, is that anything in the future for us?
Presidential director?
Well, this happens to be this year's emeritus suit.
Wow. Beautiful.
Now, Ben, you don't know this, but Mary Kay told me a little while ago that each year these different levels get a new suit, right? That's why she's asking you that. So next year they won't be black and gold necessarily, is that right?
Color. And maybe she's asking, do you want a cranberry suit next year?
Do you want a cranberry suit? They like it.
What's an emeritus?
Well, that means you work harder.
We have another consultant with us. Your name is?
My name is Brenda Hoffman, and I have a son with a real rare medical disorder that has led me from Florida to Virginia, and now I go from Virginia to Canada. I was a consultant here. Now I'm a consultant in Canada, living here, going back and forth for medical reasons. Do you ever foresee that border being open, or do I need to one day still make a decision on where I'll be?
They have been talking about the fact that there would be no difference between Canada and the United States. I have a very hard time when I cross that border remembering that I'm in a foreign country, and I think a lot of people must feel that way. And they've talked about obliterating that crossover. And I think that may come to pass because the Canadian consultants and the American consultants are hand in hand, and everybody else for that matter.
One more question from the audience, Ben.
This lady had on a bright red jacket, and I asked if there was any significance to that, and she said...
I've been driving a free car since May, and I have my second child in March 21st, Zachary, and I have a 3-year-old Atticus. I'm home full-time with my children, doing Mary Kay part-time. I will be a director debuting December 1st. My question to you, Mary Kay, first of all, we love you. You have over 400,000 women in Mary Kay in this country alone. We influence a lot of children. My question is, we love your book. Are you coming out with a book designed for children? Because so many of our children talk about you. You're a household name. Mary Kay, all the time. And we read to our children every day. We would love to have a children's version of your story and how wonderful you are. You influence so many children, which means you're going to be even more influencing in this country.
Thank you. That sounds wonderful.
Well, we have time for one more?
Okay, we have one more. You are the last button on Gabriel's coat here. Your name is?
My name is Simone Belden, and I'm from Williamsburg, Virginia. And my question to you, you've achieved so much in your life so far, and you're helping us to achieve our dreams. What are your personal goals?
Personal goals is to keep on doing what I'm doing.
They like to hear that. Well, we want to say that we've got to run back over to Heather and to Josephine. Wait, we got to run over to Heather and Josephine. We've got to see this before and after shot. Here's our makeover taking place. Let's see the picture of Josephine before the makeover. There she was. And let's see Josephine after the makeover. There she is. Wow. And I want to mention that's Heather Kenchlow, Ben's daughter-in-law, who has completed that makeover with Josephine. But again, Josephine did all the work with the Mary Kay Cosmetics. We want to thank you all for being with us. We wish we had more time for more questions in the audience. Let me say again, Mary Kay's book is called You Can Have It All, and it's available in bookstores around the country. I understand that there were 800 people waiting for you to sign books here the other day. So we were glad to hear that they were so successfully turning out for you, as they did today, Mary Kay. Your women love you. The country loves you. We appreciate the wonderful commitment that you've made in the priorities you've put in your own life. Mary Kay Ash, we want to thank you for joining us today as well. Until next time, for Pat and Ben, I'm Terry Meeuwsen. God bless you.